In this video, I'm going to show you how to analyze your website for performance and for a few other things. So there's two ways we can go about this. One is by going to a new chat, GPT-4, Browse with Bing, and asking it to analyze your website. Okay, in this example, I'm asking it to analyze my website, which is Windows Systems, which is our other brand, for the following things. 1, accessibility, and 2, performance. Now, I did this earlier when I was making the video originally, and I had to start over because this particular feature wasn't actually working. And so I want to point out that at this time, this is in a beta stage, so it may not always work. So let's see what we get. I'm going to show you another way though, just in case that one doesn't work. All right, so if it works, it's going to browse the web, it's going to read the content, and then it's going to provide the analysis. If it doesn't work, it'll say clicked on a link and then failed. So we're going to see what happens here. So this is better than it was before. Earlier when I did this in the video, when I was making the video originally, I didn't even get this far. It just failed pretty much immediately. Keep in mind, this is in beta, and so there may be sometimes where it works, sometimes where it doesn't. That's why I'm going to show you more than one route. You'll see here it's reading the content now. And I like that it tells you what it's doing so you know kind of what's happening. It does take a little bit longer, but again, it was still significantly less time than if I was to do all of this myself. One other thing I want to point out is when I originally did this video and then had to stop because it wasn't working, I didn't put the HTTPS in it. I don't know if that's made a difference or not, but I do know it seems to be working now, whereas before it wasn't. Maybe try it if it isn't working for you with just www or just the domain, try adding the HTTPS at the beginning. One other thing that I like about this is that as it's going, it's coming up. Okay, so it wants to use this tool to evaluate my website, but for some reason there's some kind of technical issue that's not working. Even though it's not working, it's going to give me kind of analysis of, or a description of what I need to think about when I'm doing my website. And based on this, I can pretty much see, okay, here are the things that I need to change. So this is super helpful, even if it doesn't do my website specifically. It's also helpful because, all right, I see here's another tool that I can use. So I can click on this now. It's going to take me there. And then I can go from there. I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Okay, so when I put in my website, I'm seeing quite a few things here. There's 6 errors, 14 contrast errors, 31 alerts. So clearly a few things for me to work on. But when I look at the details, we see 4 buttons that are empty, 2 links that are empty, 14 places where there's low contrast. Interesting. So this is super helpful. Oh, that makes sense. So like right here, for example, that's super low contrast. Those are old things that I honestly forgot that I had. Let's see. All right, so we have alternative text here that is redundant. I'm missing heading levels. Okay, so we have a few things here, quite a few things here, but then it also tells me what's going well. So we have alternative text 11 different times. Let's see. Okay, these I don't think are good because there's empty alternative text, so there's nothing there. So that's something that I should then fix. So we have an unordered list, a navigation issue. So there's quite a few issues for me to work on here. But this at least gives me a starting place. And I wouldn't have known about it unless I had used ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm going to show a few different things now. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to move on. I want to see the contrast. All right, so there's some here that it looks like are not what we're looking for. Quite a few, actually. So that's really helpful because I did not realize that. So there's quite a few things for me to work on. Okay, so then the next thing is I want to be looking at back to ChatGPT. I see all these things that I can do. And then I'm also going to go here. So this one is using a plugin. And it's not coming up right now, so I'll just show you a new one. So I'm going to go new chat, GPT-4 plugins. And then I'm going to click on this plugin, which is website performance. And so to find it, I click there. And please hold. There we go. I think I typed in accessibility. Yeah, if I typed in accessibility, so this is supposed to help you measure key metrics about your accessibility, performance, etc. So I'm going to type in my website, and then it started right away. So I put in my website, it's starting to review the website for performance, and then it's going to come up here in just a few. All right, so it gave me some insights. They were not good. There's a lot that I need to work on, but I already knew that. So let's take a look at them. So my performance score is 37 out of 100. My accessibility score is 82 out of 100, so I'm much more pleased about that than the performance score. The best practices score, 83 out of 100, is SEO, 85, and then PWA is 40 out of 100. PWA here stands for Progressive Web App, and so basically that means how mobile-friendly that it is. Okay, so the website has a relatively low performance score, so it tells me what I can be editing and updating from that. Okay. And then I can see the full report here. And this gives me a more full breakdown on everything. And I'll be honest, there's some things on here that I have no idea what they freaking mean. What I would do next is I would take this information and I would go back to ChatGPT and I'm going to ask it to tell me what it means. Okay, so here I said, let's see, I got this information in a report, but I don't know what it means. Can you please explain it to me like I'm in fifth grade? So sometimes I'll say 5th grade, sometimes I'll say 8th grade, but I want it to be really understandable because some of these words are new to me. All right, so we have those that is going. Let's see. So if I didn't know how to do this, I could copy this and say, what does this mean? How do I do it? We also have information here on those, so that's really helpful as well. Diagnostics, same thing. I can copy and paste these and say, okay, what do I do about this? I can also say something like, I want you to create a plan for me so that I can get this all done in a month. Tell me exactly what to do day by day so it's done. Okay, so it's telling me what to update there to make it more accessible. What I need to update for best practices, for SEO. Okay, I know there's a lot of places that don't have meta description that I need to update, so that's helpful. And then PWA, lots of information there. Okay, so this is really helpful. This again, this plugin was called, let's see, I can't remember now. Oh, website performance. There we go. Website performance. And let me just go down to see what we said here. Okay, so it explained everything to me. If I had follow-up questions, I could ask it, but that is the gist of it.